Hi guys, thanks so much for watching. Firstly, I'd like to send my very best wishes to the Korean people. I'm very sure that you are highly embarrassed by the actions of Jitler. I know in my heart that this individual does not represent the Korean people in any way, shape or form. I haven't been to Korea myself, but I recently ate at a Korean restaurant and the food was absolutely outstanding and everybody was friendly and welcoming and caring. You know, the Philippine people are very forgiving and a very loving and caring people, and I have no doubt that the actions of this one individual has nothing to do whatsoever with the Korean people. I think that he should even be ashamed to call himself Korean. You know, I've seen countless videos from Korean celebrities and personalities over the last few days apologizing with heartwarming stories about how they love the Philippine people, how the Philippine people have helped them to speak English, how the Philippine people have taken care of them. And these are really awesome to see. And it just shows you when somebody is filled with such hate towards the Philippines, when somebody is filled with such anger and such despising the Philippines so much by what he did by ripping up the Philippine flag, spitting on it and then trampling on it. I have to say the Korean people have taken this in a very good way. They've really turned this into something positive by showing the love that they have for the Philippines, and I'd like to thank the Korean people for that. Why have I got involved with this? Because I love the Philippines very, very much. To me, the Philippine flag is the ultimate symbol of freedom, of compassion, of care, of kindness and humanity. And I know so many Filipinos lost their lives fighting for the Philippines, fighting for freedom, fighting for the Philippine flag. So for this individual to be dancing or parading on the Philippine flag and to destroy the image of the Philippines, I think is absolutely shocking. And I'd like to appeal to Jitler as well. You know, the fact is that I don't know what you're trying to prove, but I really do think you most likely need to get some kind of help or some kind of support. Maybe you need your friends to guide you in some way or coach you in some way, in that this is not the right way to behave. But you really must understand, when you insult the Philippines, you've also insulted my family. When you insult the Philippines, you've also insulted my friends. You've insulted the Philippine people. And you know, I really do call on the authorities in Korea to be able to find you and then look after you. You know, you don't need imprisonment, you don't need the death penalty as some people have been calling for. What you need is care, what you need is compassion, and what you need is education. You need to be educated on the Philippine people. I don't know if you've had some bad experiences in life that's caused you to have this vengeful attitude that you have, but I really do believe that you need some kind of help, you know, and I know the Philippine people are a forgiving people, and I know they will actually, even if you're in or some kind of hospital, I know in my heart that Philippine nurses would take care of you as they would with any person and show you that compassion and care. So why you are disrespecting the Philippines, disrespecting the Philippine flag, be assured that the Philippine people are a forgiving people and want you to receive the care that you so badly need, because it's clear that you do need some care, you do need some education, you do need some support when you're going through this bad stage of your life. And then when you tried to apologise and it was a non-apology, you shouldn't have bothered, because in fact you've made matters worse. And to the people who tell me, why do I make another video? Why don't we just move on? Well, no, we can't move on, because I worry about this Jitler. I worry that here we have a man who seriously has a problem. Here we have a man who dances around in his bedroom, acting like a fool, saying that Filipinos are all gay, or basically showing himself, hitting himself or hitting his imaginary friend. I really don't understand. And then sniffing like he's got a bad cold, or that he's claiming in some way that Filipinos are kind of taking drugs or something. Come on, man. In every single country, in every single culture, there's good and bad. And I'm sure, yeah, there probably are Filipinos who are addicted to drugs, but then I'm sure there's Koreans who are addicted to drugs. That's life. But for you to make this into some kind of issue is simply pathetic. So I'd like to say, Jitler, and I really do hope somebody translates this message to you. I'd really like to say that if you need any support, if you need any help, please don't be afraid to ask, because I know the Filipino people will be there for you in your time of greatest need. And of course, I'm happy to also speak to you, to reach out to you, because I do think that you do need to get this sorted. Whatever it is that's troubling you, whatever it is that's affecting you, you need to get this sorted. Finally, you do not represent the Korean people, you do not represent Korean culture, and you do not represent your country. You are an individual who has no connection whatsoever with the values of the Korean people. Thank you.